I finally was obedient to God and got on live on Instagram. And so I was praying about what to talk about, and God gave me kingdom marriage. And people who know me know this is not really my topic because I feel like so much of it is clickbait because it's everywhere. But then God convicted me, like, why wouldn't you want what I want for you? And I was like, well, I feel like it just seems always like everybody's talking about it. And he's like, that's for a reason. And don't get jaded. And I was like, oh, okay, here we go. And so when I was talking to God in my prayer time, I'm like, I guess I find it that I don't really ever see myself in any of the kingdom partnerships that people talk about in the Bible, or the ones that people highlight the most. Boaz and all, it doesn't excite me. Like none of them, I'm like, yeah, I don't really want to be her. Like none of them I see myself in. And so when I was praying today, when I opened my Bible, it opened up to Ephesians, and God introduced me, just like the good God he is, to a couple named Aquila and Priscilla. And that is where I got excited, because I don't know if some of you guys are like me, but I'm the type of person who always, when people ask you who's your favorite couple, I'm like, I don't really have one. I didn't really see kingdom marriage for myself per se. I was like, maybe I'm called to singleness. I'm okay with that too. Like I'm just one of those people who's indifferent about it. But if you ever ask me, who is my favorite couple or who do I see, I always say Queen and Slim. And I don't know if you guys ever seen that movie, but I always felt like Queen and Slim because I feel like I wanted my ride or die. I wanted a person who I fight back to back with. I didn't want to just be a helpmate to someone or vice versa. I wanted somebody who we're like taking over the world with. Like we're out here, gang, gang in my head. That's why I'm like, gang, gang, we out here, we out here. And so I wanted a person, if I had to choose what my marriage would look like, I'm thinking that's the type of marriage I want, where we're both walking in purpose, we're both kingdom part, but we're seen as equals. And so me saying that, I really truly believe God gives you the desires of your heart. And so when I read it, I got overjoyed. It was the first time where I got motivated. And I'm like, I feel like I don't really hear about this couple that much. And I'm always drawn to hidden figures in the Bible. So I'm a person who always wants you to read it for yourself. But when God introduced me to this dynamic duo and was like, you will be a dynamic duo, I got so excited, like, okay, maybe there is marriage for me. And um, they're mentioned, Aquila and Priscilla are mentioned by name 6 times in the New Testament, and they're always mentioned together as a couple. And they were the tent makers who risked their necks for Paul's life. They were mentors to Apollos and Paul, and I'm sure many other people. But when I read about them, I was like, wow, they were a couple who really represented this fruit of the Spirit. Like they were a true couple who I could admire because they were in ministry and the marketplace. They were tent makers, so they did that in the marketplace, and then they were kingdom builders, and they were radical risk takers who exercised all the fruits. They were generous, kind, hospitable. They were bold, courageous. They showed the true heart of Christ and the kingdom. They were good models of kingdom marriage, in my opinion, for what I see for myself. And the other thing that inspired me more is that Paul saw Priscilla as an equal to Aquila, even so much so that you rarely ever see a woman's name mentioned first, but he mentions her name first. So it's like, I don't feel like that's a coincidence because I never see it. I just feel like it shows that he showed them as equals. And so, as in, they both had a big impact in his life, and they were loyal and they were obedient to their kingdom assignments. And so I was really excited about reading about this couple who did so much for the kingdom. And I just even the part of the story that really got me is when they heard the passion in Apollos talking, it showed the real maturity and mentorship of this couple when they took them to the side. We don't even see that nowadays. They took Apollos to the side and was like, hey, you on fire. There's more revelation here. You need to learn more. You have part of the story because he was talking about John the Baptist and baptism and all that, but they're like, there's so much more. And they didn't embarrass him. They took him to the side and taught him everything that they knew. It just shows the true character. I feel like that story was in there to show the true character of this couple. And so when I was reading it, God gave me the word that the kingdom partnerships are coming. Kingdom marriages are here, and he's sending your partner who he wants you to model and exemplify and represent the kingdom. And so while you're walking in purpose, while you're doing what God told you to do, he's going to make everything else happen for you guys just by walking in your purpose, and everything is in true alignment. This person will be aligned with you. They were both tent makers. This person will be spot on. You won't have any question or doubt that God has sent this person to you. And so be encouraged. I know a lot of you guys are just like me who feel, I don't want to hear about this anymore. It's clickbait. You know, everybody's talking about it because that's what gets the most views. If you talk about marriage, your book gonna sell. If you talk about marriage, you know, it's one of those topics where people do just to get the likes. But instead of being jaded about it, be encouraged that everybody's talking about it for a reason, and know that God is sending you your mate. And you guys are going to infiltrate every system that you're a part of. And it's going to get, you don't have to shrink in this relationship. You don't have to just be a helpmate in this relationship. You guys will fight back to back for the kingdom, and you guys will thrive, and you will be obedient, and you will risk it all. It's a person whose faith level will be at the same as yours, if not further than yours. It will be a person who sparks you to do what everything and gives you that encouragement, and you guys edify and exhort each other, and you guys represent for the kingdom. And so I just wanted to encourage you guys that there's other couples out there, not just the ones that we hear about all the time, but that you can identify and see yourself as one of those couples. And I'm just so encouraged to know that there are kingdom partnerships that are like this. And even though I might not be Queen and Slim, I'm gonna be Queen and Slim in my own story. I know it's not the best ending because, but it's just the encouragement that you can fight together. And so this couple represents everything kingdom. And I encourage everybody to go read about this couple. They're in Romans. You can read about them in Romans. They're in Ephesians. And just look up and research about this couple. And so that you know that God is sending that person for you guys. And you guys will be your best selves together. You guys will have a kingdom impact. And you will know why everything, you'll see it on the backside, why God made you do everything that you were made to do. So be on the lookout. Be encouraged that it is coming. Your kingdom marriage is on the way. I love you guys. Stay encouraged. Mind your own business. Keep doing what God told you to do. And I swear, just like that, it'll be here. Love y'all. Have a good one.